Hi, it's Marcus de Maria here, and I wanted to tell you about my biggest regret when it comes to trading and investing. My absolute biggest regret, which I wish I hadn't done, and I want to make sure that you don't make the same mistake. Because I've learned from it, and I ain't making that mistake this time around. Back in the 90s, 93, 94, 95, was the start of the biggest bull market at the time. Now, what had happened is previous to that, the internet, people were loading up pages and it took minutes, ding, 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 and they were loading up pages and pages and pages. It took like 1 minute, and if you had a graphic on there, it was 1.5 minutes. And people said this internet stuff takes too long, and they all got out. Everybody sold everything. And that's when, in 94, 95, the institutions piled in, and we started the biggest bull market of the time. And it was crazy. It went up and up and up. And then it went into stratosphere because everybody was missing out or had the fear of missing out. And fortunes were made. Fortunes. I'm not talking about a couple of 10,000. I'm not even talking about hundreds of thousands. Fortunes were made. Right now, we are finding ourselves in the exact same situations, but in cryptocurrencies. And now you're going to say, but I don't understand anything about cryptocurrencies. Just hold that thought for just a moment. Right now is the time when people are thinking, is this really here to stay? What is the blockchain? What is digital assets? What are cryptocurrencies? And what are these ICOs and STOs? That everybody's talking about, but nobody really seems to understand. And people are like, I don't know whether it's a good idea. Well, let me tell you something. Right now is when two things are being built in order to have the highway so that all the institutions can get in, because they haven't before. In 2017, Bitcoin went from $1,000 to $20,000 without any institutional money, just from people like you and me. This year, the institutional floodgates are going to open, and when they come in, we're not talking about a few £1 million coming in. We're talking about billions entering the market. And when that happens, you know what's going to happen? It is going to be much bigger than 2017. I think it's going to be 2 to 3 times bigger than 1994, 95. I said to myself, when an opportunity of this size, because opportunities come along all the time. I'm not saying this is but not this big. If something of this size ever came along, I would go in big. And I am, true to my promise. I am not making the same mistake that I made back in the 90s when I missed out on the bull market. Honestly, I don't want you to make that same mistake. All that's really missing is a lack of knowledge. Right now, you probably don't know what are all of these things and how to profit from it. So, why not just register for my webinar, which tells you everything that you need to know. What is the blockchain? What are cryptocurrencies? What is an ICO and STO? What are public companies that are going to benefit from this? And how can you benefit from it as well? And this isn't a small thing. This is an absolute tidal wave of money that is just about to enter the market. This is not something where you can say, oh yeah, sounds interesting. This is something that if you don't get it, honestly, I'm not going to miss out on it, and therefore I don't think you want to miss out on it either. That's why I have done this webinar for you. It'll be held by myself. All you need to do is register here. I will stay on the call for as long as you like, answer any questions that you might have. Just register below so you don't miss out on this and have those regrets that I had. I'm definitely not missing out. I don't want you to do that either. So just register for the webinar, and I look forward to answering all your questions and making sure you profit from this tidal wave of institutional money coming in.